Let's see if we can persuade the people up above.
The people above won't listen to me.
Why not?
I can't shit upwards.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to. We are the creators of the Spooky Pit, the innovators of the Passion Bump, and we take you down the darkest rabbit holes of all things horror.
We review horror movies and fucking with comedy. Welcome, Spooky Bitches. We are your final bros, Brian Hopper LaGrosse and Shane. It's coming out. It's coming out right now. Smith, and we are joined today by our Scream Queen, Jen, the producer.
Hola.
French.
Yes.
Not even.
Oui? It was Spanish.
Spanish.
It's okay.
The only real Spanish I know is no habla español.
I just want to get one. Yeah, I just want to get one out for our French bros, but this is Spanish.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
I was about to say, I feel like Shane should be able to speak more French.
Muy bien, gracias. I'm speaking Spanish
but there
still.
are some really good Spanish horror movies. Not like it's a knock on Spanish, because Guillermo del Toro kills it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He does. I love Mimic.
Devil's Backbone.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah. Like, dude, no, he's amazing.
He's really good. I love Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, so The Platform is a Spanish horror movie. I think it's a Netflix movie.
It is.
It is something we're going to talk about.
Yeah, it's the movie we're talking about today.
It's something we're going to talk about today. I think some of us have some mixed reviews, so I'm interested to dive.
Do you want some straight up facts?
Hell yeah.
As we just mentioned, the movie we're reviewing is Platform, and we will get a little more into like the outline of the platform later, but I'm just going to throw it out there now. In the movie, spoiler alert, haha, you came to the wrong place, motherfucker. In this platform, there's cells one above the other. There are about 333 cell levels, and according to numerology, 333 signifies answered prayers, a message from a guardian angel, or an ascended master. But because there's 333 cells and there are 2 people to a cell, that means there are 666 prisoners at a time if there are at least 2 people in a cell at all times. So the prison is pretty much hell.
You know, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That's
You're welcome.
awesome.
Point.
Yeah.
That's literally all I found out about this movie. There's nothing else on it.
The Pinnacle is the message. The Pinnacle is the message.
We should have gotten that dessert for this recording.
For sure.
It looked delicious.
2019 is an amazing year for horror movies. Like, I think it was a really amazing year.
Also a great year for dessert.
Every year is a good year for dessert. Sure.
I'm eating chocolate chip cookies, so I stand that.
There you go. I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to dive down into
The Spooky Pit?
the hole, or the Spooky Pit.
The Spooky Pit.
The hole is a vertical prison system housing a cell per level, holding 2 people in each cell. There's a hole in the center of each cell, creating room for a once-per-day buffet that lowers down from the top of the prison. Plenty of food for the prisoners up top, crumbs for those on the bottom. The Platform was released in 2019. It's a horror sci-fi directed by Galder Katselu Urrutia, which I know I destroyed, so I apologize, but I mean, I blame your parents. Starring Ivan Mesag as Gureng, Zorion Egliar as Trimagasi, Antonio San Juan as Imagiri, Emilio Boal as Baharat, and Alexandra Mesanke as Miharu.
Can I say I am on, it's like our last movie that we're recording in our batch for the night that we're recording, and I'm on my 5th glass of wine. And when I started talking earlier, I thought you already did that intro. It went right over my head.
It's okay.
Love it.
I'm just shocked Brian remembered to do the intro.
Oh yeah, Brian's had like a few Jack and Cokes, right? Is that it?
Yeah, I can't handle my liquor. We've been a lengthy discussion about my lack of
Food to liquor intake?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, you've had Teddy Grahams.
It's bad. I've been trying to sober up with the Teddy Grahams, and then I was drinking more Jack and Coke after, so it wasn't helping.
You should have made chocolate chip cookies.
You know, the problem is like, I never really drank that much ever, and you got me into Jack and Cokes, dude.
Yeah, they're delicious.
And they're just so tasty.
Now you just drink Prosecco.
Well, no, if I'm, going into an open bar, I'm getting some Jack and Cokes.
Dude.
That is your drink of choice at other people's weddings?
100% yes.
Gotcha. I actually don't like it. I used to I don't drink a lot of soda now. I used to really like soda, but I still just like the taste of it in general. And I actually feel like alcohol ruins the taste of some sodas.
Definitely. I don't know, for some reason though, like, I jive with Jack and Coke. Have you ever had Jack Honey? Is Jack Honey good?
I haven't.
Young Dan Keefe from GKM, friend of the podcast, that's his like go-to whiskey.
Yeah.
He loves Jack Honey.
Yeah, I've been hearing like Jack Honey is like incredible.
It might be what we gotta try then.
Yeah, that might be a next buy.
I'll drop it off when I come down next time.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to get you both fucked up.
It's going to happen.
So
I know. I'm excited. I'm going to bring Trulies. I'm going to have Jack Honey. Like, you guys aren't surviving that recording session.
we used to review horror movies. Now we just review horror movies intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
We fuck them with alcohol.
There we go.
We're going to try and get Shane to, you know, have another child, but we'll
Please.
see.
With Brian?
Me and Brian like to watch, so.
We love to watch.
We're going to watch.
All about watching.
Let's watch this movie while we open with...
I really don't want to watch it again.
We see a man playing a violin as another older gentleman inspects a lot of food.
Yeah. A lot of chefs preparing a lot of different dishes from like these entrees to like desserts. It's a whole thing. A lot of different chefs. And we're introduced to our protagonist who awakes and with an old fat man who's just staring at him across the room. And I do want to mention, I think it's the fat man. His name is Trimagasi in the movie.
Yes.
He does narrate the beginning where he says there's 3 types of people. Those at the top, those at the bottom, and those who fall.
Correct. Trimagasi is the best character in this movie.
100% agreed.
He is a legend.
I
Him
go as
speaking
far as to
is
say-
amazing.
I go as far as to say he's one of my favorite characters I've seen in a long time. He
Yeah.
is so good.
Samurai Bruce.
I think his character was very necessary for this movie.
So necessary. Like, so necessary.
I do enjoy what they did with the characters. Like, I'm just going to say it up front. I didn't love this movie. I'd never seen this movie before. It's one of our movies that I went into blind as just like a first time viewer. So I feel like there's a lot about this movie I didn't really super understand. So I didn't think it was horrible, but because I was kind of confused at some point, and there were some points where it kind of dragged a little bit, like I thought it was a little slower. I was like, all right, I get the idea. We're getting on. So I didn't hate this movie, but I'm curious if you guys explaining it further will make me like it more.
Try our best. I can tell you for absolute certain fact, the ending of the movie is heavily left up into interpretation.
I didn't understand the ending. I didn't understand the meaning. Like when I didn't understand that whatsoever.
There's a lot of different theories about the ending of the movie. A lot of people didn't like the ending of this movie, by the way.
I didn't like it either because I didn't get it.
Yeah, because no one got to eat the panna cotta. No,
where the fuck did the black guy go?
He dies.
He dies. Yeah,
that's what I assumed, but I felt like it happened like instantly, and I was like, what happened to him? Like, I was really confused.
I have my own theories that I don't know if they're true or not.
I'm pretty sure I know how he does.
Yeah. So we'll get there. So let's discuss about where they are right now, which we find out they are on level 48, and we learn that is the first of the month.
All right, so I know I explained this earlier, but I want to actually break it down so it's understandable, because this is like a Saw or like a collection or like one of those movies where like you're trapped and you got to figure out a way to escape, or at least it's a survival type movie. So basically, everyone is in a prison. There's 2 people per cell, and it's a vertical prison. So there are, you don't really know this, but we mentioned already, there's literally over 300 floors to this place. Literally, cell of 2 people from floor number 1 all the way down, literally an infinite number because you don't really know from the beginning.
By the end of the movie, we kind of know and from the research I did, there's 333 floors.
Yeah, there is. The idea is the people at the top floor will get an array of food. Entrees of like, you can only imagine, like everything you could think of. Sushi, escargot, desserts, like everything, drinks, goblets of this fine wine, like everything, bottles of wine, everything. So the people at the top are going to feed well and they're going to indulge, while the people at the bottom, if there's that many floors, they're going to starve and they're going to die, or they're going to be kind of hard pressed to make some moral decisions in order to survive, aka killing and eating the person they're with. And the interesting part of this movie is after 30 days, people at the top are randomly shuffled, or everybody shuffled.
Everyone, all 333 floors.
Maybe at the bottom, So they may be used to eating everything and getting nothing, or people at the bottom may be used to getting nothing, but if they survive, they can maybe get everything if they're at the top. Nobody really knows how to escape, but you're given like this sentence or this time where you can like kind of get out of it, but it's very vague and you're not really given that much information yet.
Yeah. We learned that they're lucky that they are on the 48th floor because they will at least get some leftovers to eat. There will be food for them to eat. Gorang, he looks down, he sees people below him, he sees countless holes. Once again, you don't know how many there are, and he looks up and he sees other people. Gorang doesn't understand what the hole is for yet, so Trimagasi explains the hole is for eating, that they're going to lower this table down, and as everything Brian described. Trimagasi says, don't talk to the people above you or the people below you, and he says, don't talk to the people above you because they won't talk to you, and don't talk to the people below you because you're above them.
Exactly, and like Trimagasi is like, he's such an interesting character because he sounds like such a piece of shit, but like, he's been here for so long.
He understands the system.
He knows that, as bad as that sounds, like, don't talk to anybody below you because they're beneath you. They're less than you. And don't talk to anybody above you because they're above you. They're better than you. He knows that this is how human behavior is to this point that he's been in here, and it hasn't changed. And the whole idea of this movie is the main character is going to try to change how people act. So it's interesting, but basically he's trying to tell him just like some like codes to survive.
Yeah. And he constantly stresses too that he's like, you should be happy you're on level 48. Level 48 is a very good level.
Yeah.
He just keeps saying like, it could be much worse.
If he's on 48, that means there's only 47 above him, or
47.
47?
Yeah, I think it does go from floor 1 down to 40. There's like floor 0 they mentioned, but there's no people on floor 0.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Because that's where the table starts.
Yeah, only the cooks.
Yes. That's when the table does actually come down. A green light turns on first.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When the green light turns on, that's when the table comes down, and you just see a trash table, but there is leftovers all over, and Trimagasi just starts pounding back food, and Goran's like, I don't want to like eat this like people's leftovers, people's scraps.
He doesn't really get the concept yet, so he doesn't eat the leftovers while Trimagasi is like literally throwing food into his mouth. And Trimagasi picks up like a bottle of wine, he drinks from it as the platform's like lowering, and like throws the bottle back onto the platform.
Oh, and our what's our main character's name?
Gorang.
Gorang. He takes an apple for later, right?
Yes. Which right away we learn this is a no-no, because as soon as the table is down, the temperature starts to rise. Trimagasi describes that the temperature will rise or decrease consistently until any leftover food is thrown back down. You are not allowed to keep any food. So either overheat you to death or freeze you to death if you do not get rid of food.
Forcing our protagonist to like take his apple and chuck it back down into the hole.
Well, you got to think though, Jen. I know you're going for the suicide play right away, but you got to think your cellmate's not going to let you kill them. So they might just throw you down the hole.
True, which also isn't a bad idea, but ideally I would like to freeze versus heat to death.
Yeah, well, that definitely sounds better.
Because when you get too cold, your body will automatically, like, for whatever reason, because I don't really know too much of the science behind it, your body will essentially almost think it's also heating up. Like, you'll get like really, really hot, and then it, like, to the point where you'll want to strip of your clothes, and then you will essentially freeze to death.
Yeah.
So you get hot either way.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I would take that.
One is just sweatier.
It reminds me of the story of like the hikers in Dilatov Pass.
Did you ever see the movie on that?
Yeah, it was
Devil's Pass? Yeah,
all right. They found them, and this was a snow-covered mountain with all of their clothes ripped off, naked, like in the snow, and that's most likely
essentially what happened.
Yes, because of that. I mean, there's also those crazy theories that like they were killed by a Yeti, or aliens killed them, or one of them went crazy and killed the others.
They fucked each other to death.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Fucking each other to death, very plausible. They were naked. Could have been a swingers party gone wrong.
Of course.
Can you imagine just like a bunch of swingers want to book an island and they book there? They're like, this is not the Bahamas.
We fucked up.
We didn't bring any clothes either.
Yikes.
They're not climaxing.
Oh my god.
Oh, good reference.
You want to try to climax?
In 2 weeks.
Okay. Gorang tells Trimagasi that he's in this current prison because he wants an accredited diploma in 6 months. Trimagasi says that He should get 2. He's been in there for almost a year.
Yeah. Which is crazy that you would go into this hellhole for an accredited diploma.
How could you have done? Or
Oh, I have a question for Shane.
Yeah.
Just because I know about your student loan debt. Would you rather go to school and have your current student loan debt or spend time in the platform to have earned your degree?
I'll take the student loan debt.
wow.
I mean, there's no yeah, he's right. There's no guarantee that he's going to be in like the single floors.
I like being alive, and I don't know if I would actually survive 6 months in the platform.
I thought you were the only person I ever knew that liked money more than life.
No. Not in this situation. That's kind of crazy.
Now, he can't enjoy it if he dies down there. If someone tries to tie him to the bed to eat him, it's not going to work.
That's one thing in this movie. Goring is the greatest sleeper of all time.
True.
He actually outsleeps every roommate he ever has.
He's almost the best at getting tied up. He's only second to you.
Apparently. His other roommate technically ties up her neck later on, but...
Sure.
That was dark. So where are we?
In the middle of the night, Gorang, he walks towards the platform. Shimagazi warns him not to get too close. The platform shoots like literally up from the bottom all the way up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene will cut to the next day where Shimagazi is stuffing his face while Gorang still doesn't eat. Shimagazi continues to, he like spits down on the platform.
Yeah, because the people are they're beneath him. You spit on those people.
So he explains that before entering, he was at home. He saw an ad for a knife sharpener. He liked the samurai mix that could cut through anything, even bricks, Shane.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he sharpen his own knives? Then he threw his TV out his window, and it fell on an illegal immigrant who was on a bike, and he died.
You missed one part of the story.
Yeah.
Once he got the Samurai Max, he then on TV saw a new item. It self-sharpens called the Samurai Plus.
Yeah.
And he was so upset that his item was outdated already. That's why he threw the TV out the window. And that's important because you learn now that you are allowed to bring one item into this like prison where Goran brought the book Don Quixote, Trimagasi brought his Samurai Plus.
Of course.
And the more you use it, the sharper it gets.
Yes.
It's a fact.
That honestly, it does look like a good knife.
Of course.
You would have bought it off TV.
I love knives.
I wish someone invented that because that would be so useful.
Yeah.
And they offer Trimagasi a psychiatric hospital.
Ooh, I just thought of something.
Or the whole.
If someone goes to stab you with that knife, it just gets sharper every time you get stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
It literally cuts your skin open and the knife gets stronger and sharper.
Yeah. It's like a freaking RPG weapon. Like something that would just get stronger the more you stab someone with it.
Iron sharpens iron, but in this case, flesh sharpens iron.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
At this point, they're assuming that there's at least 132 floors. We know that there's over 333.
Because Trim says he was once on level 132 and no food would get down there. And Goran wants like everyone to help like everyone, but Trimagasi basically says like he rather piss on the people below him than help them.
Yeah. And he knows that next month that they could be above them.
Yeah.
And they could pee on them. Allowed one item. Goran chose that Don Quixote book.
Yes.
He chose a knife. The Samurai Plus improved knife. He takes it out, shows it off, and then when the platform comes, Goring actually now starts to eat finally.
Yes.
And then he gets introduced to a commonplace event in the hole. Suicide.
Yes.
I could have sworn I saw Jen just flung on herself from the top of...
Yes.
You wouldn't be too far off. I probably would have contemplated that already.
So, jokes aside though, this actually brings up a very interesting point to the movie where Goran's like, why would someone above us throw themselves down? And Trimagasi says simply because once you're up there, there's nothing to look forward to because you can only go down.
You can only go down. You'll never get up again. That's the thing. Especially because if you have a long, like he had a 12-month sentence. Goring had he has a 6-month sentence. And if you're like there like in month 3 and you're at the top, you know that you'll never be there again. Probably for the rest of the time you'll be there. Mm-hmm. And that's what feels bad.
Yeah. Especially if you're like on floor like 2 or like 3 where you're eating like a king. And then to think like you don't know how many floors down it goes. So you could think you could go down to like a floor 200. That's
the only thing I could think of is you have to have like a badass person with you that like honestly you have to be very physical with other people, kind of like play the game and like go down to the other floors and like honestly pillage.
Yeah.
Like how else can you survive this? It's crazy.
You gotta like wait for the people below you to fall asleep and kind of like hopefully like launch into their thing and eat them.
It's insane.
Because this is when like I think Goran figures out that like he doesn't figure it out, but he thinks to himself that Trimagasi probably ate his last cellmate since he was on floor 132.
Yeah.
The next day, though, when a table comes down, there is a woman sitting on it. And Trimagasi says she is looking for a young boy, I believe it is. Or is it a young girl? It's a boy. It's her son, right?
I don't know if he even mentions a gender.
She's just looking for a child.
Child, yeah. And
see, I was actually kind of confused about this because she has to eventually get back to her floor.
Well, she doesn't have to.
It's just once the month ends, they put her on a different floor.
Yeah.
That's how I took it as.
But I'm curious at like what point in the month does she decide to do this going down thing? Because she would have to eventually get to the bottom.
Yeah, so I think that, honestly, I think she tries to do it right away. I think it's just when she has an opportunity to kill her. She has to obviously immediately kill her cellmate.
Yeah.
And then she just goes and obviously kills whoever she can. I think she tries to do it right away.
Yeah.
So, other question. If their cellmate is still alive, does that mean that you just get put on a different floor with that cellmate?
Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
From what I understand, if your cellmate's still alive with you, you're together until
one of you dies.
Or leaves.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is what we're going to learn is that Trimagasi didn't eat his cellmate. His cellmate actually simply was done with his sentence and left.
Mm-hmm.
So once the girl is sitting there, Trimagasi, like we said, explains that she kills her cellmate every month to hopefully get to the bottom to find her lost child.
Or to hopefully get her lost child as her cellmate somewhere in the future.
Yes, or something like that. When she gets dropped down one more floor, doesn't she like murder both people below Trim and...
Yeah, because they pull that, they're like, oh, we got a treat on the table today. Thanks for giving us a treat. And they try and like have sex with her. And she's like, fuck you both. So she kills them.
Yeah.
She's like a legit assassin.
She really is, though.
She got like they see them like go off camera, like Garang, and then they see her walk back, and she just like literally goes right back to the platform with blood all over her face with the indication that she killed both of them.
Yes. We then have our little montage of them eating, cleaning, sleeping, and reading Don Quixote to each other.
Don't forget about the night jerk and the naked exercising.
I actually respect the naked exercising together.
Do you?
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It was a bonding session.
Yeah.
That was so interesting, like that whole montage.
No, it's super interesting because they have a good nighttime session. You know that tomorrow they're going to be up on another level because the 30 days are up. That Trimagasi doesn't think the other guy will last long, but he is fond of him. It's just a shame that he wakes up tied to the bed.
Yes. So at night they get gassed. They're put at the next floor, and this is why I say Goran outsleeps every single one of his new roommates because he wakes up tied to the bed. And Trim shows him that they are on floor 171.
They already thought there was only 132, so they already exceeded that. And of course, you're going to see this a lot of people just jumping off from the hole, from the levels above. He tells him that he prefers not to kill him. Chances of eating him are high because the chances of him eating in general are very low.
Yes. As he's explaining this, two people have already jumped and committed suicide.
Yeah. And I think he mentions it, and it's like a metaphor through this movie. But like he compares him to like a snail that he wants to purge of impurities, mutilate. He says he'll keep him alive. He gives him like a 7-day buffer.
Yeah. And
then after the 7 days, he's going to start like feeding on him.
It's really interesting that he gives him the nickname the snail because I think we find out later in the movie that when you go in, you let them know like what your favorite food is so they can put it on the menu. And his choice of food was escargot.
Which is snails, for those who don't know.
French snails.
Yeah, for all of you uncultured swine.
Uncultured swine.
Plenty of uncultured swine.
I don't know why you would choose escargot, because that is not, like, it doesn't seem like it's filling in the slightest. Like, it seems like an appetizer.
I don't think he understood what he was answering.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
So, like, imagine, like, if every single person only ate the food that they asked for when they came in. Don't you think everyone would just,
survive? Yes. Because if everyone just eats their one food that's on that tray, even if it's not a big meal, you're still getting food in your body daily, and you would make it through 30.
I mean, most of the people are surviving, they're not even eating. Like,
well, because they're eating their cellmates. Well, no, because I think you can make it without food. It's the water that would kill you, the lack of water.
Yep.
True.
But don't they have a sink?
Yeah.
So they could technically survive just off of drinking the water. But I think Trimagasi even says you can survive the 30 days, but if you end up on another floor with no food,
You're done.
you're done.
Toasty.
Because you can't make 60 days. No one makes 60 days.
No one makes it.
Except maybe you. Have you gone 60 days without eating?
I've gone, I think the most, low key, like legit, I think I've gone 2 days without eating. The most. Like, no, I can't do anything remotely close to that.
Okay.
And obviously I'm drinking those days, so like, not really.
Drinking what?
Jack and Coke. No, water.
So
Coffee. Coffee is my water.
No, because no joke, coffee fills me up.
speaking of filling up, Trimagasi says, like Brian said, that he'll give him a 7-day buffer. And he's saying he has to start eating him after these 7 days because then the lack of food will cause his hands to shake and he won't be able to make clean cuts.
Very true, very true. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where you see like the plates come, they're not getting much, and that 7 days are going to be up. And when it's up, Trimagasi's like, well, it's time to start cutting you, but I promise you I'll avoid your genitals. It's the only fair thing to do. It's respectful.
Yeah, a very respectful guy. You never take someone's genitals. Trimagasi asks him to read Don Quixote, and Goring's not doing that anymore.
You see him gaze longingly at his genitals because they are kind of meaty.
Meaty balls.
He's got those meaty balls.
Someone else in this movie would probably argue that he's meaty balls.
Very true.
Goring tells Trimagasi that he holds only him responsible, not the people above, not even the administration, the people who are in charge. He only holds him responsible for his actions because he is making the choice himself to eat him.
Exactly.
Which is a message of some kind.
Oh, for sure. This movie's a lot. I mean, I don't think everything is answered in this movie, but like,
Definitely not.
there's a lot of symbology, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not, some of it's like really like there, and then some of it you probably have to like look for, but
So it's that time. Let's start eating some man meat.
yeah. He starts cutting him up, but what he doesn't notice is that behind him, Miharu's coming.
That's
So-
his name?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I just thought of this because I was imagining where he was cutting because he really started like around the ankle area. You have arteries around like your wrists, your neck, and your ankles. What if this guy just like cut his artery?
It's very
He
possible.
He would kill him anyway.
I mean, Trimagasi, I wouldn't... he's probably a pro with that Samurai Plus.
Yeah, but I don't think he knows where the arteries are.
Yeah, that's true too.
So he would just like cut him and then the guy would accidentally die and he'd be like, whoops.
Well, the good news is, though, Michinoku gets into the cell, cuts Trimagasi's throat, unties Goran, and then Goran repeatedly stabs Trimagasi. Like a good 5 or 7 times.
Yep.
It's a lot of pent up anger.
Yeah. And then together, the two of them eat Trim.
Yeah, they eat Trim and they climax.
Do they climax? Is this a climax scene, Bri? Are you passion bumping the meat?
I like good meat. You know I do, bro. You know I like good meat. All right, so Trimagasi's super dead.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gorang's gonna try to make some small talk. He's like, oh, what's your child's name? You know, is she downstairs? But instead, she doesn't answer. She just rides the table away.
Yeah.
And that's it. We won't see her anymore. Then we cut to the cooks, and they're being yelled at for a small, tiny hair being found in the food, which I think is pretty funny. Because, they're worrying about, a tiny hair in this beautiful things of food, which is just going to be people stepping on the second it goes down to, level 1.
Yeah. What I found funny that we didn't really emphasize on is Miharu, which she didn't know, is the girl that's the assassin.
Yes.
She's eating people raw,
Yeah, of course she is. Wouldn't you?
but she's also a bird, chews on the meat, and spits it out for Goring to put in his mouth. Like a bird would do
Oh, that's right. She does do that.
to her young.
Yeah, so she's a bird. You are nuts. I just hope you know that.
But she leaves the platform. She goes down.
Bye. I got food and we fucked and I'm good for the month.
Bye. And then the scene's going to cut to a guy in the suit that we saw earlier. He finds a hair in a piece of cake. He flips out, finds a chef whose hair matches, and you can only assume that this guy will be in the fucking prison.
Yeah. Most likely. That's a prison sentence right there, putting the hair in the food. Then we cut back to Goran, and he's talking to the ghost of Trimagasi, and the ghost is telling him that Goran belongs to him now.
I like this. So the main character is going to get a lot of, I don't know if it's what he's going through, but it's obviously fear, being scared, a lot of emotions, a lot of terror. but like he's gonna see Trimagasi and some of the other people often in like these dream sequences, and I think they're trying to like tell him something on how to escape, but also like he battles with them often.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting dynamic. Imagining Trimagasi, who's telling him like that he didn't treat Trimagasi with the same level of respect that he showed Goreng.
Yes. Goreng also has a dream of like a woman on top of him.
So does everybody else. So does every guy over the age of 13, Shane.
Yeah, and like they're about to start kissing, but he wakes up and realizes he's like just licking a dog.
Yeah, the only thing he was kissing was that dog.
Yeah, he thinks it's her again, that she's come back, or that he got lucky, which I would not consider being roomed with her lucky.
Which it's not, considering she kills her roommate.
Yeah, because she would just kill him later.
But he wakes up, he finds out he's on floor 33, and there is a woman whose item that she brought in was this dog.
Which is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Yes.
Imagiri is her name.
We find out she was also the person who filled out his application for him to apply here. This is the flashback where we do learn his favorite food is escargot.
Yeah, it's weird because like one of the things that she asked him, like a bowl of questions, it keeps asking about like allergies to food.
Yeah,
foods.
I guess because they don't want to like kill the people with the food they're putting down into the platform.
So it tells them there's like 200 levels, and that if everybody actually ate what they needed, there actually would be enough food for everyone. That's their plan.
We learned that this isn't a prison, actually. It's a vertical self-management station. And she says there are 200 levels. So she doesn't even know how many levels there are. If everyone ate their own food, everyone would survive, which is not what happens at all.
No.
The food comes, and she starts to feed her dog.
She rations between her and her dog. Yeah. Every day. They swap over who gets the meal. So she's practicing these herself, while nobody else in the entire prison is.
No. Also,
it's because no one else is dumb enough to bring a dog in with them.
Yeah, it's just stupid. You'd think she, knowing what this is, would not bring a dog into this situation.
You think she, knowing what this is, would know how many floors there are.
Also that. Goreng then asks her about the kid, and she says that's impossible. They don't allow kids into here. Then she tries to tell the lower level to save food for others, but they basically tell her to fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
They use a little more vocabulary than that, but essentially it's just fuck off.
They use more vocabulary because she won't shut up about it.
They keep like bringing up this term spontaneous solidarity, the fact that like they can immediately get everybody on board with their plan to ration food.
Impossible. It's just
literally
impossible.
Like I couldn't even think if you got like a sample size of less than half, probably like even like 3/4, like those people would not do.
It'd be hard to probably get 20 people to all do this, let alone 666.
I couldn't even imagine. Goes beyond just food, too. It just goes beyond, like, you're telling me what to do? Fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it goes beyond that.
The only way you could get people to ration food is to pre-package it and be like, take one package. And I feel like some people would take one package.
I probably would. I'm a pussy.
She tries this literally day after day without anyone ever listening to her until Goreng finally steps in and threatens to shit in their food, and then they finally listen. And that's when the line comes up, can you convince the people upstairs? And he's like, no, I can't shit upwards.
Yeah. Great line.
It is.
It was my favorite quote in the movie. That's why I decided to use it.
No, it's really good.
No, I liked that because I was like, she worked for them and she's getting a wake-up call.
Yeah.
So this movie obviously has like this like caste system idea. Very clear. Like, people at the top, they're like living lavishly. People at the bottom, they're struggling to survive. And there's also this element of human nature where it's like the 30-day thing. It's just like it changes your perspective so much on like where you are and how you're going to act. And I think you do see like towards the end, like people do flip and act differently where they are spaced on the platform levels, which is interesting. So here, as the platform comes down, they notice Miharu is actually unconscious on the table.
Yeah.
And they move her to the bed. She wakes up. She's coughing. She looks horribly and sick. And the platform table starts going down, and they miss it. However, they start feeling very, very cold, very chilly.
Yes.
And Goreng notices that one of the dogs
snuck off with some food.
Stuck off with a piece of meat, looks like.
Goreng has to run, grab it, throw it down. Little shit dog, just taking the food, screwing it over. To be like, it's all the woman's fault. Why bring this poor dog to this situation? It's so stupid.
Yeah, and it's not fair to the fucking dog.
That's what I'm saying. The dog doesn't know better. The dog doesn't deserve this prison sentence. There's technically 667 things in here
The dog
now.
is getting a degree, an accredited degree.
I hope so. The dog deserves something.
The dog starves every other day.
Yeah, it's sick.
So maybe you guys can help me here, because this is actually where the only part of the movie that I was a little confused with. I couldn't see what was going on with the movie. Maharu gets into a fight in the middle of the night. Who is she fighting with?
She's fighting with she's fighting with the roommate, the woman, because
She ate the dog.
Maharu ate the dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And that was the entrails on the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was so confused because I thought like she killed Imagari, and Magari's not dead. So I'm like,
No, they just got into a fight, and that was because, like Jen said, she ate the dog.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was watching it last night, and I actually couldn't see. The screen was so red at that point. But okay, that makes total sense. So
Yeah, as if like she wouldn't have eaten the dog if she was put on floor 200.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So then, once the other girl leaves, the hiring agent explains to Goring that she's not a mother. She didn't come in with a kid. She came in here alone as a movie star. She wanted to be an actress. Her item she brought in here was a ukulele.
Literally, her item is a ukulele.
She says she came in here because she lost her fight with cancer, and she decided that maybe she could come here to make a difference. But now she just doesn't care anymore.
No. It's funny because as she's like reciting this to him, she's literally killing people on the bottom floor. And she kills at least one guy. Imagiri tells Goring that she had no idea what this place was when she was sending people here for like the last 8 years, and that she fought cancer for the past 3 years, and then the day that she lost the fight, she actually applied to go there.
Yeah, and then she even then takes a shot at Goring. She's like, "Who the fuck brings a book?"
Exactly, and then she shows him her tits. They're lovely.
Yeah. And everyone watching is like, who the fuck brings a dog?
Exactly. Oh, completely agree. And then we see the food on floor 0, and it looks spectacular.
Oh, top notch.
And then we actually see them put the snails onto the table. So we do know his food is there.
Imagiri ain't looking too hot, though.
No, she stops eating. She's just done. She's over it.
And they're now on level 202. Gorang wakes up, and Imagiri is
Dead. She hung herself.
I don't know why, of all things, she loses her battle with cancer, she doesn't go to like her favorite place in the world. She doesn't go somewhere that will actually make a difference, where she can talk to like a bunch of people and impact a bunch of people at the same time. She goes to the platform. There's so many other things I would have done.
I know.
Other than like, kill myself once I'm there.
Well, she did it, and she did
exactly.
it because she was wrong. There wasn't 200 floors. There's 202 plus, because they look down and there's even more floors below them.
Yep.
Is that the floor that they're on, 202?
Yep.
I forget.
There's just so many floors. The good news, though, is since she hung herself, Goring has food for the month.
Yeah, and I love this because he gets like another like illusion of Trimagasi, and Trimagasi's like trying to convince him to eat her because she's dead. And this was like a gift for him. Like she just happened to kill herself here. This is your meal. Like, go for it.
Yeah. But instead he starts to eat the Don Quixote book, which could you survive off of paper for the month?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
We
wanna
need
try
to
it out
get
and let
a
us know?
resident paper expert.
Do you want to try it out and let us know?
Me? Do I want to try? No.
Yeah. You don't want to eat paper?
No, I like food. I like eating food. I'm not eating paper.
So where we are in this movie right now is that the platform's coming down. He takes a piece of glass. He's trying to track stuff on the wall, probably the time. And he has another illusion of Trimagasi giving him his knife to cut open the body and eat. He then sees Maharu in a bed, who comes after him with a knife, but then he wakes up.
Yes.
And there's another man screaming when he wakes up now that he's on level 6.
Yes. His roommate now has a rope and says God has told him to escape this hole. He tells the people above this is his plan. He throws them the rope, and it looks like they're going to help him climb to the top.
Oh, yeah.
He starts to climb. He looks up. A man literally shits in his eyes.
It's the woman.
It was the girl.
Oh, it is the woman.
Yeah, it was the girl.
Yeah, she shits in his eyes.
The woman shits in his eyes. He falls. The rope falls all the way down, and he is now screwed. He has lost his item. If you lose your item, do you get your item back after the month? It's just gone.
It's just gone.
Mm.
Like how Goring took Trimagasi's item.
That's true. That is true, because he kept the Samurai Plus.
Yeah, and which Also, the people on the 5th floor, if I'm not mistaken, they're a couple, right? Because
They definitely have sex.
The guy calls her babe.
I don't even know if there were a couple before this. I don't know after this. Like, that's why I kind of like it, because the mystery, like,
Yeah.
you don't even know.
Because you hear them do it.
Yeah, they
like
fuck.
at night, right?
Yeah, they fuck, you got a boner.
I didn't. This movie was not hot.
Can we passion bump that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We could passion bump it. I'll passion bump anything. Passion bump! Passion bump! Passion bump! Then Goran once again has flashes of his two former roommates. And this is when we remember now he's on his second to last month of being in the
Correct.
The platform.
He only has 6 months, so he's a little quicker.
Time to talk about the sponsor for today's show, Get Over It. Get Over It is a simple 3-letter phrase that has helped so many people get over it. What is it exactly? Grief, heartbreak, loss, UTIs, weight, romantic troubles, you name it. It's a universal cure, and it's got no real science or doctor feedback behind it. It's simple. Get Over It has partnered with various top-notch celebrities who send a short audio clip to the phone of the user saying, get over it. And they've been able to get over all of their problems. If you're not buying it, here are a few testimonials. Robert was having a great morning until his entire family was eating at a local diner. They had an amazing breakfast, and they all left with smiles on their faces. It was at this moment they were attacked by a ravenous swarm of botflies, infecting their entire family, killing them within days. Robert was not there to witness or help his family fight off the vicious botflies, but he did subscribe to the one-time $1,400 Get Over It service where one of his favorite celebrities was able to instantly reach out to him. He received an audio message from Rosamund Pike, who politely said, get over it. And Robert became a new man. He instantly forgot about his family, and when asked about the service, he said it was pretty great. Here's another prime example of the efficiency of the Get Over It service. Taylor was going through a bad breakup. Her boyfriend was involved in a 4-way gangbang orgy with all of her closest friends, one being her own sister. With nowhere to turn to face the herd to discuss the outrage of Stephen Roger Donahue's Dickley deceit, she subscribed to Get Over It, where one of her favorite comedians, Louis C.K., simply told her, get over it and over here. She ignored the last part, but she did get over it. She really did. Using the promo code Get Over It, you cow, you will receive 20% off your first Get Over It service. This is a limited time offer. Don't miss out. Now back to what we were doing, huh?
Goran then suggests riding the platform all the way down to the bottom. He thinks there's only 250 floors. Him and his roommate, Baharat? Was I actually right?
Yes.
Nice. They want to basically feed every single floor.
Mm-hmm.
By force, if needed.
Yeah, so they want to, because they know that the first 50 have already gotten meals and eaten them.
And will constantly still get them.
Their plan is to at least go over to 51 down and ration those for today.
Yeah. Do they, it seems like they actually start killing people at times. Because when he swings that lead, pipe or whatever it is.
That woman's dead.
Yeah, she has to be dead, right? Because, blood shoots out of the back of her head.
Yeah, this is interesting because, their whole idea is a peaceful protest, they call it, to, let them know about what they're doing, their resistance or revolution or whatever you want to call it. And nobody's receptive to the idea because everybody wants to eat. Because they're selfish and they want to...
Especially the people who've been on, floors over, 100-something.
They're used to it. So, they're used to, getting all that food. They want more. The greed is there. And now that they're not getting it because they said, nope, no more for you guys. If you want, get it tomorrow. Because today is everybody that's 51 down. And you're right. There's a montage of literally them beating the shit out of everybody.
Is that one day? Because they can't get through all of it.
No, yeah, it's supposed to be one day.
1 day.
It's
That's
1
what
day's
I
worth
thought.
of food.
I was so unsure if it was 1 day or not. Because then later, when they go to the really lower floors, I was I was really confused.
It is because you got to think at nighttime
clear.
Every time the table shoots back up.
It was not clear for me.
Yeah. So, then once they get to level 50, they start giving out food. They meet a wise man in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and Baharat knows him, and I like this guy. This guy's pretty funny. Yeah. He's like, you guys have a pretty decent idea, but you need to win people over first before you just,
beat them.
Beat them, yeah. if they don't listen, you eventually get to beating them, but not right away.
I like how he says that. He's like, if they don't listen after a while, you can kill them.
I mean, you kind of have
the
to.
idea of just beating them first.
Beating them first, ask questions later.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
This is where we learn that they need a message, and the message is to send back a food untouched. And that's how you know the Panacota is the message.
Panacota is the message.
What does that fucking mean?
Oh, so it means is like to please everyone upstairs. If they leave a beautiful dish uneaten, it's like almost as like everybody work together collectively to show them like
we can do.
We're not abiding by your rules. We can we can do this and
we can all cooperate and share and still send up food back that we didn't eat.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the message? Because I thought
that's not the message. The Panacota is the message.
I thought the Panacota was meant for the person on the very last floor.
It becomes that.
Yes, it changes.
It becomes that, but like not at first. At first, the whole message was to, like Shane said, show them like they can actually all share. Like Imagiri said, there is enough food
for every single person.
She knows exactly how much food can go to each one that if they share, they could ration.
She clearly doesn't know, considering she has no idea how many floors there are.
She doesn't. She says there's 200. Yeah. There's way more.
So, but yeah, so that's what I took it as. The point is to prove that they all can share and share enough that something is left over.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a fuck you to administration.
That is not what I thought it meant, because from the get-go when they started that, I thought that was going to be for the person on the very last floor.
Interesting.
Gotcha. Well, it kind of becomes that. We'll go there.
Yeah, but I didn't get that they were going to send food back up initially.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that was their initial plan, was to send the food back up.
It makes sense now that you're saying it, but when they were talking about it, I was just staring at the TV like, you did not make that clear.
The only I think real point where that's their plan is because the wise man says it. Like the wise man tells them to do that.
They go down, they're rationing off the food. They do still have to kill some people because they're trying to take too much. And they keep going down past level 250, which is what they thought the max level was.
Yeah.
You see some interesting things. You see two men naked in a swimming pool.
Which makes me think, somebody fucking chose their item as a swimming pool.
Right? Someone also chose a surfboard.
Yeah, like what the hell's wrong with you people?
The guy who chose all of his money?
Yes. Guy chose all of his money in a knapsack or something and he had it out. And it was
I think he chose like $1 million. Like maybe he chose $1 million.
Maybe.
Oh. Because if he chooses $1 million, he thinks if he survives, he just walks out with $1 million.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But he was on level like 260. So I wonder if they rig it to like torture people who chose stuff like that.
Well, they definitely have the ability to, because that woman who came in, like, Goring said she got to choose who her cellmate was going to be.
That's right, and she chose Goring.
So they do have the ability to rig it.
So now we get to the attack scene where they see the girl. You can say her name. You say it pretty well.
Maharu?
Yeah, she's getting stabbed by two attackers.
Literally, this dude, he's ginormous, is killing her, and he kills her.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Baharat and Goring then attack these guys, and they have a giant fight.
Yeah. It's a good fight, actually.
It is. This is where they get stabbed, though, right? Like,
so this is where actually you will find out that Baharat does not make his way through this mission. Sorry for the spoiler. And I believe this is where he gets the impact that kills him.
Yes.
Because there's a scene where they're together, they're fighting, and you hear a sword go through someone's body, and then it cuts to the other guy relentlessly beating the shit out of Goring until his like face is swollen and bloody, and then you just see this dude's head get chopped off because Baharat chopped his head off with the sword. But what they don't tell you until he dies at the end, they don't tell you he was stabbed at that point.
Yes. So that's when we go down to the bottom. That's when we see a bunch of the imagery we mentioned. Another thing I didn't mention is you actually see a man who was cut in half by the platform.
Yes.
Which is pretty gross.
Good call.
And then as they're going down, they keep repeating, the Panacota is the message. The Panacota is the message. They get to the bottom, and the bottom is floor 333.
And there is nobody there.
Except a child.
Except a small little... And they did mention, you're right, Jen, they did mention that it's a son. Like someone mentioned, I think it was Timagasi in an illusion.
Yeah.
That it was the sun. Imagiri obviously said doesn't exist.
Yeah.
She never checked the person in, but they noticed that it's a little girl.
Yeah. And now the girl is the message.
Girl is the message. And she's hungry. She's looking at the panna cotta. She wants to eat it, Shane.
Yes. And that's why before they decide the girl is the message, they still are like, they don't want to give her the panna cotta because it's the message, but then they realize the girl is what could be the message, which is what now confuses me, which I'm hoping you can explain what the girl being the message means. Because I don't really know.
So many different things. We could talk about it after the movie's over.
Okay, because we're almost there anyway.
Because I don't know that answer either.
I may be way off on my theory.
No, I'm honestly open to anything. So this is when they put the girl on the table. Goran goes on the table with her, and I believe this is when Baharat dies. He passes away at the end of the cell, and they go down a little lower, and then Trimagasi shows up, the ghost of him, and Goran talks to him, and Goran says, he says this message doesn't need a messenger. It's just the message is the message. And I think it was more so that Goran had died already.
Yes, correct.
And that was just kind of him moving on after death.
That is true. I'm almost positive that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I didn't get that, but sure.
So what I'm getting here is in the way this works, I don't even think that Trimagasi, and this is going to sound crazy, was a bad guy.
He's not. He was just he was a guy trying to survive.
He's a guy that saw the game for the way or the system for the way it was,
and tried to play it to the best of his abilities.
And exactly, and he wasn't outrightly killing people, but if it got to the point where he needed to, he did it to survive.
Yeah, he did what he had to survive.
And it was interesting because he was trying to tell that to him, and that's why when he died, he became even though he was the one that killed him, he became the source that says you're going to need to do this to survive within the game. But so he was playing this more of you need to do this to survive no matter what. And the other guy was but no, we can change it. We can make it better. We don't have to live within the confines of the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of playing within the rules or redefining the rules.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty interesting.
It's very interesting. So, like we said, now Goran gets off the table. He goes with Trimagasi to the other side. The girl is then sent up to the top, and the movie ends.
It's cool because at the end of it, even Trimagasi is just he acknowledges that she's the message, and he even is on board with this idea that she's going to succeed because he realized that this method and this way of redefining it is going to work. Now,
what is the message?
What is the message? Okay, so originally the message was, we said, was to be the panna cotta was that they all work together, they can ration food, and they can all make this work and still send food back up to they can work cooperatively together. Sending her back up, a couple things. There's theories that she's not even a real person. I think that she was real, that she got in. I think that by sending her up, she was never supposed to be there, number one. Number two, we don't even know how she got in or how she got in. So she's just this proxy that was never supposed to be there. But then again, is this symbol of innocence that was able to survive. And they were kind of showing hey, we can do all this. We can kind of overcome what this whole thing was and give you what innocence looks like to overcome this.
Okay.
That's what I thought. I don't know. Because this whole game made people turn against other people.
It brought out the worst in human nature.
Exactly. And this was the largest shining example of overturning that. A revolution to show hey, we're better than that. We can be better.
That actually makes sense.
I don't know.
I like that.
But I read theories where people are they were the same way. They didn't understand it. They thought that she wasn't even a real person because obviously Imagiri said, I never checked somebody in that was her.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't even know how that makes sense anyway. So
yeah, because even though she's been working for them for 8 years, it's not she's the only person these people go through.
Yeah, because it's not it's a young baby. It's an 8-year-old girl. So it's she's been, it's not she could have been born in there and just lived in there forever. That wouldn't make any sense.
And then I was thinking along the lines of maybe Miharu, even though she said that she checked her in, was there a lot longer than expected, and that she got impregnated in there and was raising this kid in there
for 8 years.
But it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Unless the kid's 4, but still even 4 years is excessive.
Yeah. So I was thinking I was really hyper thinking this theory as well. Doesn't shake.
No.
So.
All right. And that is the platform.
But even if she doesn't exist, I think it's like the idea that she's this symbol.
Like showing that you're better than what they think you are.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go into my review. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I loved it. I didn't get like the ending at the end, but like you explaining it, it does make a lot of sense to me. And I don't need to fully understand. We always says I don't need to fully understand something to enjoy what it's doing. Like I got most of the message. I like actually how the whole movie is like it's just symbolism of like the class systems that like are in our society of like the top feeling they're at the top and not helping the people at the bottom. The people at the bottom, even though they're at the bottom, they're trying their best to get to the top. And then the people at the top, if they fail a little, they don't want to go back to where the bottom. Yeah. So that's why it plays with all these different class systems and how like the literal scene where they shit on the people below them.
Yeah. It's like literally like they would say like the rich shit on the poor. Literally was shown. It's kind of almost humorous.
Yeah, it's like funny. Very on the nose. But like I like that about this movie. It doesn't hold anything back. It shows you, and it even does. It tries to show you the best of humans when it shows you like the character of Baharat or the wise man in the chair or like the girl who had the dog Ramsey. Her motivation was kind of shitty. Like not that her motivation was shitty, but her execution was very shitty compared to the rest. But I really enjoyed this movie. It's unique too. I've never seen a movie quite like this with the whole idea of the moving platform in a prison. And I've seen this movie 3 times now. Like I've enjoyed it each time. It hasn't gotten old to me. So it's like, it's just one of those movies I really, really like. And Trimagasi, I can't talk good enough about that man. His voice is perfect to narrate like he does at certain parts and to just be that like, that afterlife ghost that talks to him. It's just like, it's so good. It's so well done. And it's the lighting in certain scenes. Just the nighttime lighting or like, just like the dream sequence lighting. It's perfect.
I like honestly think your review is perfect. I like 100% agree with you. This is only my second time watching it, but the first time I watched it was almost on release when this came out on Netflix because like, we've seen so many horror movies. I mean, all of us at this point, like when something unique comes out, I remember Jared's review of It Follows. When it's a unique concept that's very intriguing, it's like automatically my cap is like borderline, like it can't be worse than a 7 because the idea is just so good. This concept is amazing. At least to me, I thought it was amazing because there is applicable things to real life. And of course, there's some exaggerations with the way those characters, like the guy and the girl were like literally like shitting. And it's like, but I think the whole idea is that it's just supposed to be like a comical interpretation of that. Yeah. But like in a sense where people do get fucked, you know, and it's hard to like overcome certain situations. But it's also like, okay, well, what happens if the tables are turned? How do you adjust? Because society's not like that all the time. Like what happens when you're humbled and someone is changed? So I don't know. I think it's really cool, but like the overall message for me was the human nature aspect.
Exactly.
For sure. Like just to see what someone would do in these circumstances, I think is so interesting. The ending is definitely up for grabs. I don't know if I have the right answer. I don't know if anybody does.
No.
But it's so thought provoking. Trimagasi is the fucking movie. He's the message. He's the movie. He's so good. He's so good. Like I went from like so many emotions of hating him. And then after watching it, I'm like, this character is so brilliant. This is my second favorite movie that I probably have seen horror-wise since it came out in 2019, behind Midsommar. Yeah, my second favorite behind Midsommar. It came out the same year.
Really?
I love this. Yeah, I read it as a 9. I love it.
I'd like Midsommar more.
Oh, me too. No, I like Midsommar more. Midsommar is my favorite movie. It was only 2 years, but like
because we're just talking about movies that have come out in 1920.
Yeah,
so 1920 and 21. Yeah. So far, like of those two, like Midsommar is my favorite, but like this is
right there,
right under. Like if Midsommar didn't exist, this would be my favorite movie since then. No, I love
interesting.
It. I love this movie. I give it a 9. I love it.
So you gave it a 9. You gave it a
9.
You gave it a 9. Okay. So I'm going to give it a 5 because I did, like you said, I love Trimagasi as a character and I found the beginning of the movie to be very interesting. But I don't know, like for some reason, like some parts, I was like, oh, I'm not following this. Like, I don't know. I didn't very much enjoy this type of movie. If it was between this and Midsummer, I would 1000% watch Midsummer again. As a first time viewer for this movie, because like I said in the beginning, I don't watch the trailer for certain movies. Like you guys always warn me if like any of like my triggers are in there. But for the most part, I go in with like a fresh viewing, and I feel like I have a view that if the majority of the population watched this and had no idea what it was about, was not a horror buff, they might have the same reaction. So the games movie, thought it was good, liked the characters, but towards the end, I was like, this is dragging. I have no idea where this is going to go, and I don't understand the ending, and I probably won't watch it again. So I'm going to give it a 5.
You know what's interesting about this movie? And I thought about it. I'm like, all right, so I kind of am trying to like piece of like what everything means because there's so much like metaphor. But like, what do you think about like the erotic like visions he was having between him and Maharu? I had some
loneliness.
thoughts.
I don't like.
Yeah, no, seriously,
it's loneliness
because I think it's like a lot to it though. Like because he's alone, he has nobody, and like he sees her, she's alone. He knows her circumstances. And sometimes when you're like going through like all these crazy
Wait, so did they not have sex? Was that just all like...
No, that was a dream.
It's a dream.
Oh, really? I thought that happened.
No, that was a dream. Because that's when he wakes up
shit.
and the dog is licking his mouth.
I was out of it. I was like, what?
It's his one female connection. Like he has a female roommate, but he never connects with her the way he kind of does with Maharu.
I think it's like sometimes too, like it's weird, like your like desire would take over, like in sometimes like the weirdest and most crazy circumstances. Like he's on his deathbed, he's got nowhere to go.
This girl's literally never talked to him.
This girl's literally never talked to him. She's just killing people and he's watching it.
But the thing is, they like shared moments without speaking.
Yeah.
Because they've both kind of saved each other.
There's understanding.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's loneliness. And I think that's why he's getting off.
That's interesting that I couldn't tell that he was just dreaming.
Yeah, you know, they're like, just, if you notice, like he has like a lot of these sequences with like the people he meets with Imagiri, and they're all like in like these hyper red shots where like, and then eventually like wake up or something.
Because it's almost like it's not even a dream. It's just his mind seeing.
Yeah, sometimes it's not. Sometimes he doesn't wake up. Yeah. It's just like, you can tell.
It's just,
like,
All right, gentlemen. Well, now that we are past our reviews, do you have any nominations for our Necronomicon, our Book of the Dead? I know that these people were all just in hell, but I don't really think our Necronomicon's really going to be any different. We could probably put them in a simulation that really resembles it, but then just doesn't bring them any food. Maybe it'll just like show the dog running around. Who knows? We would probably just throw them back in there because maybe the Jin's lamp might replicate the platform. But who would we like to give that honor to?
Trimagasi.
Interesting. I like it.
Right.
Because he's dead, because he becomes the angel. I'm actually going to go on a limb here.
Okay.
And I'm going to say... I forgot that fucking guy's name.
Baharat?
No, the main character.
Goring?
Yeah. Because I know it's up to interpretation, but it's so...
He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah. He's dead.
I actually really like Trimagasi as well. When I think of this movie, I don't think of Goring at all. I only think of Trimagasi, honestly. Obviously.
It was, in my opinion, it was either Trimagasi or the Panna Cotta.
Obviously.
Because it was eaten. It kind of died. Can we get an honorable mention for the Panna Cotta?
Sure, if you can spell it for me.
I can spell it.
Wait, I need you to spell Trimagasi first.
I can spell both, actually.
Trimagasi, I think it's just Trimagasi.
Trimagasi.
It's like this, huh?
Agasi.
Tri.
How do you spell Panacola?
Panna Cotta.
Yeah.
Why is that such a long word?
Panna Cotta?
Sounds like some kind of Italian.
It's an Italian or French dish.
It just sounds so Italian.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, but I've never had it as an Italian.
I've seen it cooked on cooking shows because I watch them all the time. It always looks delicious.
What cooking shows do you watch?
Master Chef Canada. No,
Yeah.
Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen.
Do you have a eulogy for the Panna Cotta? I'm sorry, Trimagasi.
Yes, I do. Trimagasi. Your voice was beautiful. You could monologue with the best of them, and you were the angel on Goring's shoulder, not the devil, the angel on Goring's shoulders, always telling him, you gave him the cold hard reality of his situation and you told him how to survive. Plus, I love the way you say samurai blues. And for that, I'll put you in the Necronomicon.
I love him so much, dude.
He
like,
really does have a good
I
monologue
kind of
voice.
want to watch him in more stuff.
dude, he was so good.
He was.
Oh my god.
I wonder what else he's been in. I'm going to look it up right now,
Yeah.
actually.
But with that said, this one is over, and we will now say next week we will be talking about signs, and we will have a special guest on. He is a member of the band GKM, Green Knuckle Material, Danny G-String Ravenda.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, he's a long time coming because he doesn't like horror movies, but he's been, like, honestly, like, a central point of this podcast because he's provided so many things that we've used content-wise. And I want to give him, like, a super big shout-out, as well as the rest of the band, for letting us use their music and for creating some stuff for us. And it's going to be a super great episode. We're super excited and blessed to have him on.
I just hope he doesn't suck like that Benanti guy.
No, I mean, you can't get much suckier than him.
I like Benanti.
Benanti's my fucking boy.
Benanti,
I just like
come
making
back.
fun of him.
Come back,
Benanti, come back. I allow you to be on the podcast as much as you want.
Hey, he's going to be back on in October.
Yeah.
That's true. If you go watch Randa's Rebellion on Twitch, I'll probably give away what movie it's going to be.
Perfect.
Because I usually do. That's like the only platform. I don't do it on Instagram. I'll talk about the podcast when she's streaming on Twitch constantly when I'm playing with her. And I give away so many spoilers for episodes.
Love it.
All right. We are done for the night, gentlemen.
That's it. Wrapping it up.
So if you haven't already, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Final Pod Ever. Follow us on Instagram at The Final Podcast. And if you haven't, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple. It really, really helps Apple, push out our content and recommend us to other people to listen to.